what's up? It's your boy Opsy in the house. You know what time it is? It's hammer time. Yeah. Now check this out, right? Now yesterday was good stuff, man. I got some, hey, your boy got some extra good stuff today, you know what I'm saying? This thing been popping and locking. It have been. It's been popping and locking. Here's what's been happening. All right, so I get home last night. Well, today is Saturday, Affirmation Saturday. I thought I turned that light off. It's Affirmation Saturdays, right? So since it's Affirmation Saturdays, we started with affirmations. The things that I'm seeking are seeking me. I like that. Things I'm seeking are seeking me. I like that. It's very strong stuff. I started out with James chapter 4. It simply states about motive. It's about, you ask not because you have not because you ask not. And if you do ask, because most people say, I have been asking, then that means your motive is wrong. You're asking it to consume on your own lust and on your own pleasures. That was in my mind. I got to share that with my daughter because last night, we was talking, right? This popped into my time. Last night I went to bed knowing I'm going to get the answers. I woke up, man, and it just flooded out. The whole thing just flooded out, all the answers, man. I'm going to share it with you guys on the website. It's going to be my one-page guide to finding your purpose. Well, God's one-page guide to finding your purpose because he gave the answer, so I ain't going to take the credit on that. But I got it. It came and flooded. I had my notebook sitting there that I hadn't touched in a while. I said, man, how can I remember all this, man? Maybe I should, because my body was saying, man, let's get back in the bed. You know what I'm saying? And I said, man, but stuff is flowing right here. How can I remember this thing? He said, we got an ink pen and he could write it down on something. Got a notebook sitting right there that I hadn't cracked it, and it ended up being my notebook, my journal. So I was like, shoot, let's go ahead and pop it in there. So I got the writing, got the flowing, got the writing, everything. So right now I said, now I'm going to shape it up when I get to work. Because my daughter said she just like straight bullet points, the meat and potatoes. But I think that was the personality ethic that my boy was saying from Stephen Covey. That's just grease the wheels. That's surface type stuff. She need to get to some deep type stuff. I mean, you gotta go a little deeper. I like the stories. The stories kind of deepens it for me. But anyway, I'm going to clean it up. But what it was basically saying, man, is that her motive is wrong. She's trying to find out. A lot of folks trying to find out what the purpose is. And I do. God has already answered the prayer. That's number one. The prayer's already been answered. Is number one. So you already had a blessing. The blessing is already in your hand. Number one. Because he said, all who asks receives, him who seeks finds, and him who knocks, the door should be open. He said that's a given. So it's already now. And I said, you might just not like the answer. The answer may not be the answer that you like, or the answer that is socially correct. I mean, you spiritually, it's the right answer, but logically, through your filters of your mind, in comparisons, you think that it's not right. A lot of times we get caught up in these comparisons. But anyway, also like what's the name said? Abraham said, she said the frequency of the answer is not on the same frequency as the question. Meaning that you gotta raise your vibration, get your spiritual place back up. I like to get in there on a pee break in the middle of the night. It's up. I mean, that's why I'm the closest right there to receive. My antenna's gone up to receive. Not necessarily, I don't even want to say necessarily that my antenna's gone up. It's more that all the ground and background chatter and noise is gone down. And so since all that noise is gone down, I'm able to hear more clearly. That's what it is, see. See, because the answers, I had already answered this last night when we was talking. Yeah, I heard that. She said, yeah, I heard that before. Yeah, I heard that. But that's the answer. Because I was thinking about it, if you listened to yesterday, the Good Stuff Part 3, and you heard I was talking about her when she was younger, about she used to write that she was the best on everything. The email said that she was the best. Now, looking at it in retrospect, that did take her to a high level individually, but then it's got to take you to another level of interdependence. Like my boy Covey said, you get to a high level of independence, and then you got to become interdependent. Well, anyway, because I said, you know, if you serve, that's how you do your best and expect your payment from God, or from the universe, however you want to put it. I say God, and then also you went to the next level. If you serving somebody that you know can't pay you back, they don't have the means to pay you back, then that's a cue. That's a cue to, hey, look, I know this person ain't gonna pay me back. So my payment coming from God, and I know he's a God of abundance, I'm finna double down. I'm finna go ahead and put some serious work into this thing. I'm finna go even above and beyond my best. Well, you can't go beyond your best, but I'm gonna do my best, no doubt, and then some. Because I know for sure that it ain't coming from this person. It's coming from somewhere else. So why not go ahead and, if I know that this is gonna be good ground, I'm not trying to reap a harvest from this ground, then I must be reaping a harvest from some gooder ground down the road, so let me double down. Double down. I said that. I said, look, yeah, that's the deal. You got to double down, especially that was service. I mentioned that, right? You know, and she may be saying in her mind, right? This possibly happening. Man, can you get to the meat and potatoes? I don't want to hear all that stuff. Can't get to the meat and potatoes. See, that's the deal, right? And then when I popped on, oh yeah, hold on. Yeah. Joseph Prince said he should rest, sit down. Only when Moses sat down did they win. As he stood up, was putting his might in it, it was a battle. But when he sat down, it wasn't a battle. They won. God prepares a table in the presence of your enemy. He said you should be eating the word. And the more you eat the word, it looks like you're resting, but you're battling as you eat. Eating the word is your offensive, your defensive. That's your attack. It's eating the word. Because the battle's on the inside. You see what I'm saying? So you got to put the word inside. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Anyway, back to the one-page guide for finding. Now I'm gonna hit her with that, you know, and then those are my Bible verses, and then it went over to my core values, because I now remember back. I told her I changed my core value from risk taking to put unity back into it. She sort of did the same thing. She said I took impact out and I put belonging in it. It's what she said. As I started to think about that, when she said impact immediately, I said, man, that's from the go-giver. She on the right path. But then when she said she took it out, I said, what's going on? What happened is that same thing with me. We started thinking belonging, impact is the log on the fire. Belonging is the heat from the fire. So I went over that same scenario. Most people say how the world is set up, to the fireplace, give me some heat, and then I put some logs on. That don't make sense when I say it out loud, but that's the way we think. And so for now, look at retrospect, for me to see that she pulled impact out and now expecting belonging, that's what's happened, see? That's what's happened. Hadn't even realized it. But you got to get back into the impact. Then down to the question. I want you to write the following question in several ways, changing the beginning. For example, the quality of the answer, the quality of the question determines the quality of the answer. Right? The size of the question determines the size of the answer. How many other words can we put in there to kind of tweak it up? See what I'm saying? How many more words can we put in there to kind of tweak it up? Huh? So that's in there. That's going to be in there. And then, what else we did? What else we ran? We ran something else down. I think that was about all of it, the gist of it. But I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to clean it up. And I'm going to tighten it up. And then we're going to go and present it. Because that's it. That's it. It's motive. Motive is the key. And I could probably find a ton of scriptures back in there where things was going one way, but when the motive changed, it would have told a whole new direction and the battle was won. Like when Peter stepped out, he walking on water. What was the motive for him walking on water? He want to do what Jesus do. Is that right? That may not be a good one. That may not be a good one. You know, that may not be a good one. It's got to be another one. Feeding of the 5,000. What was the motive? Everything got to be done to bring glory to God. So that's the key motive right there. And we bring glory to God by serving. Just like when Jesus was at the Last Supper, he said, he who was first should be last, should be the biggest servant of all. If you want to be first, then you need to be the biggest servant of all. That's what he said. That's what he said. Jesus said he came to serve. He washed their feet. He said, I'm the the king. And what am I doing? I'm washing your feet. Just like I'm doing with you. You got to wash the feet of your others. It's serve. And then the world teaches us to be served. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game. That's good stuff. I'm finna go ahead and pop in the rest of this 7 habits. Get back into that 7 habits, and then we're gonna tighten the rest of this little 1-page purpose. Gonna tighten it up. It's gonna be good talk right there. That's the answer. Lord, praise Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for giving me that answer. Thank you for giving me that answer, that solution. Praise Jesus. Thank you for giving me that answer. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus for giving me that answer. It came at the opportune time. And my wife, she want to know too. She was in on the conversation last night too. I'm trying to tell her the proper way as far as getting into it, and my dog said, yeah, I already know that. Yeah, knowing and doing 2 different things. Knowing the path and doing 2 different things. That's why I was telling you, you already got your answer. The answer to your question, you already got it. But it ain't what you want to hear. You think it's got to be. We think it's going to come in one form only, some big epiphany, going to bust you upside the head, and it's going to be clear as a bell. But the answer don't come in like that. The answer come in soft and practical. Sometimes it's too practical. It's too simple. You know, it'd be like, oh, it's got to be more than that. No, that's it. Like when Naaman came down there, he had leprosy. He came down there and said, look, the girl said, it's a prophet over here. He can heal you. He go down there with his entourage, his army, and all his money and gold and opulence. And then the prophet sent his servant out there and said, look, the prophet say, see what you coming, know what you want. Go down there and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and you can head back to the house. And he was like, dang, what? Washing the Jordan? That filthy, man, that's a sewage. He ain't got the respect to come out here and see me. See my medals, my honor. He gonna tell me to go wash in this water and then go back to the house after I brought all these folks with me. And now they gotta see me get naked and washing out here in the mud. That's what it is. I gotta get dirty. That's humiliating. And then he's finna turn around. He was upset because the blessing didn't come like he thought it was gonna come. Then the little girl was there. You gotta have a coach in your corner. That's where your team at. That's where the unity come from. You gotta have other people around you to coach you through it. See what I'm saying? Reason with that mind back. She said, look, if I had told you to go out and do some great thing, tear down a mountain, rip a lion apart, go dig for rubies and pearls and some great thing, you'd have done it. But he asked you to do something simple, you think it ain't enough. You despising its simplicity. But God is simple. He say, consider the ant. Man, just look at the ant. The ant chilling. Ant putting that work in. So David go put that work in the jar and go dip in it. So he went. He dipped. He got it. He got it. But that's how it is. The blessing don't come the way you expect it to come. That's the key. That's the thing. I'm looking at myself, man. I'm learning. Hey, I'll be watching this guy myself, baby. This guy tight. I'm already on it. All right, good stuff. That's good stuff right there. All right. I'm out. I'm finna go ahead and put in what I need to put in. I'm finna go ahead and do it to my own life. I'm finna chew on it. I'm finna meditate on it. I'm gonna snag them scriptures back out and meditate on them and tighten up and refine this little 1-page plan and then share it. That's what it's for. It's to serve. Impact. It's to serve, not to be served. Nothing wrong with being served. Like the guy said, that was from oh, that's the other thing. That was from the Go Giver. He said, you asking, does it make money? That's a good question. But not the first question. The first question should be, does it serve? Impact, does it serve? Because if it don't serve, then even if it did make money, it's not going to be fulfilling, sustainable. Because a lot of times we do stuff that make money, but it don't serve, and we ain't happy. Because it ain't serving. You know, it's good to keep getting for yourself, but until you start serving, it's just like I found a windfall. Now, I get a bunch of money, I get rich. Do I keep it to myself? It has no meaning until I start serving others with their riches. That's it. That's all it is. It's like a good dish, a good restaurant, man. Let's go eat here. This is good. This food good. You've been served, but it don't really resonate big time until you serve. I mean, that's why we can't. That's why it's hard to recognize the blessing, because the blessing disguises itself in work. You saw that? It do. It disguises itself in work, and our mind and body in the world has told us to avoid work because the devil knows. If I could get them to stop working, then the gospel ain't gonna spread. They ain't gonna do no good if I get them to stop working. That's all I want to do, get them to stop working. That's his ultimate goal. That's his one thing, to get us to stop working for the right things. If he do that, if he can't stop us from working, then he gonna get us working on the wrong things. Distractions, more choices. He said, okay, first I'm gonna try to get them to stop working. That don't work, then I'm just gonna get them to work on the wrong thing. Keep them distracted. Them the two things to keep them away from God's work, which is serving others, this sharing the good news, the gospel. That's good stuff. I told you, man, this is it. This is one of my Star Wars. This is one of the Star Wars right here, baby. All right, peace out. All my good ones, they're going to be good stuff. All the good ones going to be good stuff. This good stuff. All the other stuff is good too, but this is going to be good stuff. Peace out. Do it to it.